For your first AOI circuit in Multisim, we're going to build a simple inverter circuit. What that means is you need to start by launching Multisim, place a component, and you're going to go to the TTL group, select 74ALS04BN, which is a hex inverter chip. Drop it in. Now you'll notice the A is grayed out. A hex inverter chip has 6 inverter gates on it, on one chip. So you see U1, A, B, C, D, E, F. We're only going to use one of them, but in the future you'll see we're going to use multiple gates on a quad chip or a hex chip or a 3-input chip or what have you. Cancel out of that. Next thing you're going to need is a switch, which I think is under basic, and switch. We need an SPDT, single pole double throw switch. Click on that. OK. Drop that in there. Then you're going to want to flip it horizontally. So right click on it and select flip horizontally. Next thing we're going to need is a power source. So place component, select sources. We want 5-volt VCC digital power source. Drop that in there. You may get this pop-up message about there's a hidden on-page connector named VCC. That just means there's a naming conflict because there are some hidden pins on that hex inverter chip. One is for ground and one is for VCC. You can ignore that. If it pops up, just hit this X to close it. So then you can click here to wire the VCC power supply into the upper pole of that switch. Then place another component, and it's another source. They call ground a source in Multisim because it is a source for 0 volts. And then if you notice, if you click right, if you move the cursor, you can click right there, you get that little red dot. That means it'll automatically wire it in. And again, we get that pop-up message about a conflict of the pins. Don't worry about that. Alright, so cross that out. Whoops, I accidentally got an extra ground in there. So zoom out, scroll down. Just going to drag that down a little bit to give it a little bit more space. The last component we're going to need is a probe, which is under indicators. You can pick any color you want, blue, green, orange, whatever. Drop that in here, and again, notice if I get it really close, it automatically wires it. And then I just need to wire this to this, and we're ready to run the simulation because we've got a complete circuit. So click play here. You can also turn the switch on here and the circuit will run. Notice the probe is not lit up. Why? Well, we've got VCC 5 volts high coming into the switch, going into the input of the inverter gate, and the output is going to be not in, right? So not high is low, so the probe, or it's like an LED, is off. If I click here to flip the switch down to ground, notice ground is low, 0 input, inverts that to a high, and the LED or the probe is on. So there you go, simple inverter circuit.